Well, hey everyone out there. Thanks for choosing our short explanation of the game Trails. It's Chris here from JMNC Games, and today we are taking a look at a standalone game made by the folks who made the game Parks. Now, you might think this is an expansion, but it's actually its own game, and in fact, I quite like this version of the game better than the original. You're hiking up and down the trail as the sun makes its way across the horizon, collecting resources and earning badges, and hopefully spotting some wildlife while you're out there. It's for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, and the average game time is just about 20 to 40 minutes. Now, if you haven't already done so, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. We greatly do appreciate that. And if you're out there on the other social media platforms, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. And lastly, if you did enjoy the video or helped you in any way, you can consider supporting us on the application Buy Me a Coffee. So now let's dive in and take a look at what's inside the box.
There's 5 trail sites, 1 trail end, the wildlife die, 1 wildlife bear, 15 acorns, 15 leaves, 15 rocks, 1 trailhead tile, 1 bird trophy, 4 canteens, 4 hikers, 1 sun, 42 badge cards, and 34 photo cards. To set up, each player should collect a hiker and their matching canteen. They should also take 1 of each of the resources. Place the canteen on the filled side like this. Take the 5 trail tiles and shuffle them. Lay them out side by side with their day side up. Take the resources and place them next to the matching tile of their type. Place the bird trophy next to the tile that has this symbol. Take the trailhead tile and place it on the left, and the trail end tile and place it on the right. Make sure they are on the correct side for the number of people playing the game. Take the badge cards and shuffle them. Place them face down in a deck next to the trailhead tile. Draw 2 cards and place them face up next to the trailhead. Draw 2 more cards and place them face up by the trail end. Each player should also draw 1 badge. However, this badge is yet to be earned, so it should remain face down. You may look at your reserve badge, but not reveal it to the other players. Shuffle the photo cards. Place the deck face down next to the trail end. Take the sun token and place it over the last symbol on the trail end tile. Take the wildlife token and place it on the center tile. Take the wildlife die and place it near the tiles so that all players can reach. Players determine who will go first, and play will go clockwise around the board. In a 2 or a 3 player game, all players place their hiker on the trailhead. In a 4-player game, the starting player and the player to their left place their hiker on the trail head, and the other 2 players place their hiker on the trail end. Now we're ready to play. On a player's turn, you may move 1 or 2 tiles in the direction that you're facing. When you reach the end or start, you will turn around and head back. Based on the tile that you land on, you will take the action of that tile. So for these tiles, you would collect the resource indicated, like an acorn, leaf, or rock. Later in the game, when the tile is flipped to the night side, you would collect 2 of the resources indicated. On this tile, you can exchange 1 of your resources for 2 of any other resources. Keep in mind that the 2 you must take must be the same resource. Later in the game, when this tile is flipped to the night side, you can exchange 1 of your resources for 1 of each of the other resources. On this tile, you can exchange 1 of your resources to take a photograph. Or later, when the tile is flipped to the night side, you can take a photograph for free. When you take a photograph, you have two options. The first player to do so will only have one. You can draw two cards from the deck, choose to keep one, and discard the other face up next to the draw pile. Or you can choose to take the one card that is face up on the discard pile. Taking photos can give you two different things. Victory points for the end of the game indicated by this symbol, and or birds that you will see along the trail, which if you see the most birds at the end of the game, you will earn the bird trophy, which will give you more victory points. When you land on the trailhead, there are a couple of things you can do. First, turn your hiker around to get ready to head back in the other direction. Refill your canteen if it has been used. We'll talk more about canteens in just a moment. And you can earn badges. When you are at the trailhead, you can earn as many badges as you have resources for, but only the badges that are on that side of the board or the badge that you have in your hand. When you are earning a badge, turn in the required amount of resources, collect the badge, and place it face up in front of you. Once a badge is earned, replace it with a new badge from the deck. If you earn the badge in your hand, you may draw a new one. You may look at it, but not show it to the other players. Earn badges can provide a variety of things, which are listed at the bottom of the card, from victory points to bird seen, extra resources, and more. If you're unsure of what a badge does for you, you can refer to the guide here in the instruction book. When you land on the trail end, there are several things you will need to do. First, turn your hiker around and get ready to head back out again. Collect the indicated sun bonus. Where the sun is, you will see it pointing to a resource. Collect the resource indicated, then move the sun one place over. When the next player lands on the trail end, they will do the same, and so on. Eventually, the sun will travel across the tiles. When it is above a tile, a player collects the sun bonus of the resource of that tile. When they move the sun over to the next tile, the tile the sun just left will flip over to the night side. The sun will continue on its journey until it gets to the trailhead. Here you will see that there are 4 spaces for the sun. When a player reaches the trail end and moves the sun into this position, they collect a photo for free and they take the sun and place it in front of themselves. This triggers the end of the game. Each player will take another turn, though there are no sun bonuses now, until it gets back around to the player who triggered the end of the game. The player who triggered the end of the game does not take another turn. You would then move on to scoring, which we'll cover in just a few minutes. Now, when a player lands on a tile where the wildlife token is, you have encountered wildlife. First, roll the wildlife die. Next, move the bear to whichever symbol shows up on the die. If you roll the bear symbol, the player can choose any tile except for the trailhead or end. Now the player can take the actions of the tile that the hiker is on and the bear in either order that they choose. There may come a time where you want to move more than just 1 or 2 spaces. If this is the case and your canteen is full, you can move any number of spaces in the direction you are heading. Once you have done this, you will need to flip your canteen over to the empty side. You will not be able to repeat this action until you have filled it again, which is done when a player reaches the trailhead. So, choose your movement carefully. Once you have reached the end of the game, it is time to score your points. Count to see who has the most birds. Whoever has the most will collect the bird trophy. Count your total amount of victory points from your badges and your photos, and whoever has the bird trophy. Whoever has the most is the winner of the game. If there is a tie, whoever has the most badges is the winner, followed by the most photos. And if it's still a tie, whoever saw the most birds.
And so that's Trails. Thanks for joining us today. We sure hope you enjoyed our short explanation on Trails. And if you did, you could give us a like and subscribe. And if you're feeling so motivated, head on over to Buy Me a Coffee and you can help support the channel directly. So now that we know the basics, let's play.